Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to study a part of biology known as yolk sac. We are going to study this important extra-embryonic membrane with questions and answers for a better understanding. The first question we have here says, the first extra-embryonic membrane that forms in a woman during the early stage of pregnancy is dash. A. Yolk sac. B. Sperm cell. C. Water. D. Enzyme. In this question, the correct answer is A. Yolk sac. Yolk sac is the primitive extra-embryonic membrane that forms in a woman during the early stage of pregnancy. Research have shown in embryology that this yolk sac usually supply nutrients to the developing embryo, but as the pregnancy advances or as the pregnancy progresses, this yolk sac will disappear and the placenta will begin to supply nutrients to the developing embryo. So studies have shown that this yolk sac is the first extra-embryonic membrane that forms in a woman, especially during the early stage of pregnancy. The next question says, which of the following is the role of yolk sac during early stage of embryonic development? A. Supply of nutrients to the embryo. B. Embryonic hematopoiesis. C. Embryonic adaptation. D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is D. All of the above. This membrane called yolk sac supplies nutrients to the embryo. Studies have shown that this extra-embryonic membrane called yolk sac plays a great role in embryonic hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis is a process that deals with production of blood cells. So this yolk sac is the origin of blood cell in embryo. So embryo at the early stage of embryonic development, the yolk sac will help in production of blood cells for that embryo. The yolk sac also helps the embryo to survive until the gestation period is completed. All these things are the roles played by yolk sac in ensuring proper embryonic development. The next question says, the yolk sac can also be called dash. A. Umbilical vesicle. B. Placenta vesicle. C. Seminal vesicle. D. Amnion. In this question, the correct answer is A. Umbilical vesicle. This yolk sac is also regarded as umbilical vesicle. So when a scientist is talking about umbilical vesicle, that scientist is referring to yolk sac. The next question says, in mammals, the yolk sac is a dash structure naturally. A. Temporal structure. B. Permanent structure. C. Toxic structure. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Temporal structure. This membrane called yolk sac is a temporal structure in a woman because it develops during the time of pregnancy to ensure that the embryo function very well, to ensure that the embryo develop very well. But after the pregnancy is completed, the yolk sac will not do anything again. So the yolk sac is replaced by other extra embryonic membrane as the pregnancy progresses. The next question says, a layer of cells responsible for the formation of yolk sac in early stage of embryonic development is called dash. A. Hypoblast. B. Hyperblast. C. Hemolysis. D. Plasmolysis. In this question, the correct answer is A. Hypoblast. Hypoblast means a layer of cells responsible for the formation of yolk sac in early stage of embryonic development. So studies have shown that the yolk sac comes from this hypoblast. The development of yolk sac originates from this layer of cells known as hypoblast. So hypoblasts play a great role in forming the yolk sac. The next question says, the hypoblast is also regarded as the primitive dash. A. Endoderm. B. Ectoderm. C. Exoderm. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Endoderm. This layer of cell called hypoblast is also regarded as the primitive endoderm in embryonic development. The next question says, the three primary germ layers observed in an early stage of embryonic development are dash. A. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. B. Epiderm, mesoderm, and exoderm. C. Enzyme, hormone, and pancreas. D. Erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes. In this question, the correct answer is A. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. These ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm are the three primary germ layers that play a great role in embryonic development. So they are the three primary germ layers observed in an early stage of embryonic development. The next question says, the outermost germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development is best described as dash. A. Mesoderm. B. Endoderm. C. Ectoderm. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is C. Ectoderm. This ectoderm is the outermost germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development. The next question says, the innermost germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development is best described as dash. A. Mesoderm. B. Endoderm. C. Ectoderm. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Endoderm. Studies have shown that this endoderm is the innermost germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development. This germ layer known as endoderm plays a great role in enhancing proper embryonic development. The next question says, the middle germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development is called dash. A. Endoderm. B. Ectoderm. C. Mesoderm. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is C. Mesoderm. Mesoderm is the middle germ layer in an early stage of embryonic development. It also plays a great role in ensuring proper embryonic development. The next question says, during embryonic development, the endoderm forms dash A. Stomach, B. Small intestine, C. Liver, D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is D. All of the above. Research have shown that during embryonic development, the endoderm plays a great role in forming different structures such as stomach, small intestine, liver, and some other structures in that embryo. So the endoderm contributes immensely in ensuring that these structures are formed very effectively. The next question says, the mesoderm forms dash during embryonic development. A. Bone, B. Cartilage, C. Adipose tissue, D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is D. All of the above. This middle germ layer known as mesoderm plays a great role in forming different structures such as bone, cartilage, adipose tissue, and other structures in that embryo. So when something goes wrong in this mesoderm, there will be a problem in the development of bone, cartilage, adipose tissue, and other structures in that embryo. The next question says, during embryonic development, the ectoderm helps in formation of dash A. Hairs, B. Nails, C. Lens of the eye, D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is D. All of the above. During embryonic development, the outermost germ layer known as ectoderm plays a great role in forming different parts of the embryo such as the hairs, the nails, the lens of the eye, and other structures. So it is this ectoderm that helps in forming hairs, nails, lens of the eye in a developing embryo. The next question says, when there is complete cleavage, it is said to be dash A. Holoblastic, B. Meroblastic, C. Monoblastic, D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Holoblastic. Zygote is the product of fertilization, and that zygote undergoes cleavage. So when there is complete cleavage, it is said to be holoblastic. If this is the first time you are watching our video, if this is the first time you are joining this channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that you can study other topics that we have treated in many of our videos. You can also make your comments in this video.